So Dwayne insists that you guys are, he didn't say bribe, but that you guys are making an effort to make sure he remembers you. He said that some of you have movie deals with him, and some of you just know his favorite food, and some of you FaceTime with him. So I'm wondering what your chosen method of staying on his good side is.
My method is catch every ball he throws to me. Always be open when he's looking for me. I think I'm going to handle mine on the field.
7-Eleven? No, I'm just.
Nah, that's 7-Eleven closed. They shut those down.
Parris, how proud are you of this wide receiver core from where you guys were 4 years ago, 5 years ago, to where you are now and being depended on now in big games? I mean, TCU game was a great example of y'all rising.
I'm extremely proud. But, I'm also proud of the work that we put in. And, we kind of expected this, especially coming into this season, just because we're the most experienced group on the team. But, it came with a lot of hard work. A lot of guys in that room just gave, timeless amounts of efforts just in the offseason, and it's showing now. But we're in the position that we want to be in. We want to be the unit that's dependent on in big-time games. So, we like it that way.
I was going to say, you're going to be judged more on what happened Saturday night than you were on what happened last week, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
you understand that, right?
Of course.
And why are y'all more steeled for that? Why are y'all more prepared for that?
Yeah. I think it's a week-to-week basis right now. Obviously, we always prepare the best way we can, but we know what's at stake. We got a saying around here right now that the most prepared team will win this game, and that stands true. But I think the wideout unit, we know how to prepare for big games. I don't think it'll be any different this week.
Parris, this is a bit of a off-the-wall question, but sometimes when I watch you and you're pulling away from guys on the field like that screen a couple weeks ago, it doesn't look like you're straining that hard. It looks like you run pretty effortlessly. Would you agree with that? I mean, I'm sure it feels like it's hard work to you.
Yeah.
But do you see that too? If you ever watch yourself on film, does it look like you're going that fast, if you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. You're not the only person that says that. A lot of people actually say that. But no, I actually do go back and watch film, and it's like I look at it and I'm like, dang, I feel like I could have ran a little faster. But I don't know. I think it's just something that comes natural to me, and just something that's natural.
When you know you're going against a team that can put up points in their own right, like Penn State, how much does that motivate you guys to say, okay, if this is a shootout, we'll win a shootout?
Yeah. Obviously, as an offense, we want to hold up our end of the bargain and, just kind of worry about ourselves. But obviously we do know that they have a very good offense as well. But, I think, actually our defense is up for the challenge. They've been working hard. They've been getting better. And I think this is a huge challenge for them as well. But I think that will be great. But as an offense, we are aware of that. But, every single job we just want to come out with 7. That's the end goal. So, we'll look forward to do that this Saturday.
Parris, Coach Meyer said earlier this week that leadership's really important in a game like this. What do you feel like, as a leader, that you have to do to kind of help this team be prepared for this game?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think it's anything different from what we've been doing. Obviously, we're going into a hostile environment, a place that, some of the young guys aren't used to. So there's not really a way that you can emulate that environment just because, of how crazy it is. But I think you just got to stay on guys about preparing the way that we know how to prepare. Really don't change your routine. Stick to your same routine. Know that it's a big-time game and then go out perform. So.
Do you talk to some of the younger guys about your past experiences in that environment and what it's like?
Yeah, I have. Actually, when we went there 2 years ago, I tell the younger wideouts all the time, when I was at kick returner, and I think it was in the third quarter when they do that jump around thing, and it's like you really can't hear anything on the field, and I make them aware that it's not to scare them, but it's to get them ready for that envilement. So.
Parris, we talked to you. I talked to you at Career Day and then at Chicago Media Days and even last week. But I wanted to ask you about Dwayne Haskins Jr. Mm-hmm. But where have you seen him make improvement just from the beginning of the season to now? What is he better at from your perspective than he was even going into the year?
Right. I think the number one thing that stands out to me is just his leadership. His leadership has grown. Obviously he could always throw the ball. He could always do those things. That wasn't a surprise to anyone. But I think the biggest step he made is in his leadership. I just keep going back to TCU. When the offense was kind of slow at first, he was just very poised in that moment. He was confident in that moment. And then just seeing, you know, how he carried himself on the sideline, how he was still positive, I think that gave the offense a lot of confidence. And I think just in that moment, you know, I could see his leadership just switch, and it was, you know, obviously to our advantage.
What does a football look like when it's against that all-white backdrop? I mean, because that's your eye line.
Yeah. It's clear as day, honestly. So I appreciate the whiteout because you can see the ball.
Parris, we heard, you know, Dan kind of alluded towards, you know, you being a leader, obviously, fifth-year senior, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That you might be the one who gets up and gives a little pregame speech before every game. Mm-hmm. What's going through your mind when you're up there talking before the team?
You know, it's kind of a night before basis thing. That's like kind of my Friday night routine. I obviously just talk about things that, you know, were mentioned by coaches that week. But honestly, you know, in the past, it's been from the heart. Honestly, I think TCU was one that I was kind of really into it, and I'm just speaking from the heart, man. I'm speaking from what's real. You know, I don't really try to sugarcoat anything. You know, if I have something to say, if you know I see something that's being said about us in the media, you know, I'm gonna say it to our teammates because I think it needs to be said. But it's all from the heart, and just get us ready to play that game.
Do you consider that an honor?
Penn State. Oh. Give us a preview. What are you gonna say
preview
for the Penn State game? Yeah, we heard you. We heard there's a certain word you kind of like to use a lot.
What's that?
What's that?
Bruh. Yeah. Honestly, when I'm saying bruh, that's, like I said, that's something. I mean, I'm not noticing. I'm just speaking. I'm speaking to my brothers. I'm speaking to my teammates, man. The dudes I love in that locker room. So I'm just trying to get them hyper ready to play that game.
Do you consider it an honor to get to talk to the team like that? I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, not everybody gets to jump up in front of the team. I mean, JT did it, I get, you know.
Yeah.
But
no,
and how do you approach it? You know.
It's an honor for sure, and you know, I approach it like, I mean, it's a game day. Like, you know, you don't want to go up there and not be prepared, you know, because then your team is going to look at you like, okay, well, like I want them to leave my speeches, you know, with chills and ready to play that game. So I'm approaching it with all seriousness. So.